right, thanks, Mike. All right, so let's hop into this thing. So again, we ran the start the mortgage process text yesterday, right? It was a text and an email for Texting Tuesday.
Email, yep.
Right. Josh sent that out. What'd you get? Like 7 or 8 responses? Was it a little more?
Well, so here's something of note and encouragement. I think it was 7 or 8 that filled out the form. However, I got a bunch more people replying and engaging. I even had 2 people called me directly from the text.
Right.
So, yeah, it was 7 or 8 form submits, but a bunch of additional warm conversations.
I'm going to show one on the screen.
Sure.
Because I want people to have context on what you can do with retargeting. I don't think there's some contact info here that I'll try to.
Yeah, but it should be hard enough to see that we're safe.
Okay. All right. So nobody call this person, please, and we'll blur it in the replay in the recording. But this is for context. What we're trying to do is generate from maybe somebody who was an email only or maybe a text only off a lead ad, email and text. We're trying to pull more data out. And in this example, doing it from the financing side works because everybody needs the money to buy the house. So we are sending to our Start the Mortgage Process page, which is in the Wake Up members area. And look, I'm currently renting under 200K is the price range. W-2 earner less than 5K. Do we know the credit score? 600-700. So this is not like hey, oh yes, I'm super excited. I'm going to sell $1 million house to this person, but it's a good conversation starter.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And my market, the average home price, depending on pockets of my market, is not super high. Like
you could buy something for 175, 200 still, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. So there's potential here, but that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to generate more of these. Josh did it yesterday with what we would call maybe manual follow-up, like sending cool stuff or he pushed a manual thing. That could have been in a drip email. It could have been any number of ways. He could have called and offered that, right? But the idea, you have lots of ways to deliver it. And one of the ways you can deliver it automatically is with retargeting.
Yeah.
So that sets the stage. Here we are in the Facebook.
One note I want to make too, Ryan, is several of them, that one was a current renter. Several of them, and probably, I think half of them actually currently own a property. So it wasn't just renters that were responding to that communication and filling out the form. There were definitely existing homeowners looking to downsize or right size.
Yeah, one of the questions here, I'm showing it. I'm looking to downsize, which is really, really cool. 700 plus credit score. Work with that. All right. So we're in the Facebook ads dashboard. When we're talking about retargeting, we need to have pixels placed on the website. And this is where it gets a little complicated or whatever. We need to document this. I'm not going to go super into the nitty gritty, but just know that in Facebook, you can go, I believe, to the events manager, right, Josh? And you can go grab your pixel that's attached to your ad account and install it on your account. You can see over here, Client Alchemist Agency, this is what's called Pixel. So you would grab the pixel and install it. So I'm just going to mention, Josh, we're not going to go into the nitty gritty on that, but you need to do that step first. There are tons of documentation online about how to install a Facebook pixel. I also did a 4-part sequence about a year ago for Inside Real Estate. If you just do Inside Real Estate's YouTube channel, retargeting, you can find me doing that. We'll also add that over the coming week or two as we do the Reno stuff. We'll have a little 5-minute video about how to do it. So.
And we do have some free additional info when we release the replay of the retargeting mastermind. My Monday marketing mastermind was around retargeting. There's information in that as well that will be included for those who are interested.
Okay, so first important step, pixel. Next step, you got to create an audience. So the audience is who among the people who are hitting your pixel and also people engaging with your Facebook ads, who do I want to show this retargeting ad to? Right. So I don't think, Josh, that we've created this audience yet, have we? Let's see.
No. Well, what audience are we talking about specifically?
Yeah, it's a good question. So I was thinking we would just retarget all your website visitors to keep life simple.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think
that is probably created in there, but it would, it doesn't take long to recreate it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of audience buckets in there. So I'm pretty sure that one's somewhere
Well,
in
let's
there
make it.
already, most likely, but
Let's make it anyway. I don't know why Facebook's glitching on me. So I'm going to click here and do create audience, custom audience, and we're simply going to use our website as the target, the first option. You can see there's all these other options in there that we can talk about later. And then we'll do all website visitors. And I don't know, for this particular ad, we'll just set it live now and just say target everybody who's been in the site in the last 6 months, Josh. If we were building like a retargeting campaign from scratch, we might decide to have different audiences, like a 0 to 7 day audience, a 7 to 14, a 14 to 21. I've done this in the past, where as people get further and further away from having visited your website, they see different content. But you get 80% of the results from, you do 80-20 here. Just retarget everybody. Okay. Don't obsess over that. So I'm gonna do 180 days. We're going to call this Josh's website visitors. Hey, Josh, do you have this pixel on other sites other than your Hamden Township Living?
Probably.
Okay. So just to be safe.
Yes, certainly.
Okay. Let's just to make sure, if your pixel is on multiple sites or multiple businesses, I'm going to do people who visited specific pages. Okay. And then I'm just going to say only the people, it contains Hampden, right? Am I spelling this right? Hampden. I just want to make sure that we're only targeting Josh's main real estate website, and we'll call this Hampton Township Living website visitors. That's just the name of the audience. And we need this name because this is when we set our targeting with the ad, that's what we're targeting. So create audience. Now we're able to go run an ad and show it to everybody who's visited Josh's site, who's been pixeled by Facebook over the last 180 days. Good news is most of those people probably have a Facebook account. Maybe not the young ones, but Facebook retargeting, you're going to cover most people. All right. Now let's go back to run the ad. And I don't even know how to create an ad in Facebook anymore. Just a little bit of a pro tip, guys. I just bookmark all the pages, so I don't have to go through a menu of 18 things to get to the point, Josh. I just use Chrome.
I don't know why they keep adding layers of complexity to give them money.
So you have to find where the create button is. Short lesson here, short Facebook stock. They don't know what they're doing. Promise. Meta. But because their revenue comes from advertising, Josh and I we live, and when I talk to other advertisers, they agree. We live in this dashboard and we're like, what? Why such incompetence? This is you only have one job.
Yeah.
Make this good so people can give you money. Yeah.
Anyway,
all right, tangents. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and create the ad right now. I'm going to click the green button. You have to go find that however you can, or bookmark it like I do. Once you find it once, just bookmark it so you have it. And then for retargeting, we're less concerned, I would say, about, it depends on the type of retargeting. But in this example, we just want the click, right, Josh?
Yeah,
we're not doing a lead ad. We're not doing engagement. So we're just going to go straight for the traffic.
Yep.
So that's our option. There might be times, and we'll talk about this more. Josh, I don't know if you have this running now. I'm a big fan of running a video that says, hey, Ryan here. Thanks for visiting my website. Like a quick 15 to 30 second video. In that case, maybe you don't need to click back. Maybe you just do a simple video or an engagement ad, just so people see your face and see you talking. But in this case, we're going to drive a click back to where we want them to go.
Yep. And I have a video like that. You actually inspired me to do that. That video is probably 2 or 3 years old at this point, but mine's around a minute, thanking them for checking out my website and giving them some unique value propositions or why they would want to work with us if they were thinking about buying or selling. And so that one is more the typical sort of just brand awareness. The way I look at that one is it's like insurance against them working with someone else. Versus obsessing over the specific result of X or Y or Z. Whereas this one, we will be able to, in the replay that I'm including for everyone, I sort of identify retargeting campaigns for me fall into one of two buckets. Is it a brand awareness, just reminding people that I exist and I can help? Or is it another layer of direct response to move people across the pipeline? And this one is moving them across the pipeline.
Yeah, this one's more direct responsey.
Yes.
The brand-based ones, I saw somebody comment they didn't have great success. Sometimes you don't need to be able to measure success. And where you can measure it, in Josh's case, is he's consistently sending out emails and texts. When people if you're showing videos on Facebook everywhere they look, when they get your text and they see your name, they know who you are.
Exactly. It's hard to quantify that, but there is value in that. It's it's almost becoming a cost of doing business at this point.
Yeah, and going back to Gary Keller's 33 touches, I like to say 33,000 touches, digital little touches, and it just happens automatically. They see your video out of the corner of their eye and they scroll to the next carpet cleaning video on Facebook. Which, by the way, check those out, guys. There are carpet cleaning videos on Facebook. Amazing. All right. Michelle and I have
what recommendations and tips you'll get here. Stock tips. I mean, carpet cleaning. We cover all the bases.
There's a specific band. It's really obscure, but we pair like fine wine with the right meal. We pair the carpet cleaning videos with the this particular band, and it's just Zen, before bed. Just nice. Anybody who's curious, just reach out. All right. Yeah. So retargeting full website. So the name of the campaign, Josh, I'm calling it retargeting full website. You can call it whatever you want. I like the idea of just having one campaign always running that's retargeting all your visitors. Yeah. You can have ad sets within it, and then you can just swap out the content. So I'm just going to call this retargeting full website. But really what we're doing here is our start the mortgage process. So that's the campaign layer. We need to do the special ad category. So
which
silly,
is fine, by the way. Like if you haven't that, don't it's totally fine at this point. Don't try and skirt it. Don't try and look for the workaround. Just play by the rules. It's not going to have any real effect on your results.
Yeah, the algorithm's smart enough that you don't really need targeting. It's fine. Yeah. And our targeting here in a retargeting ad is already set and defined. So All right. So I'm going to leave all this stuff the same. Josh, do you mess with this? We haven't actually talked about this in a while. Is there anything new you're doing here that I'm not with any of this stuff?
Not for an example like this. No.
Okay. So I'll hit next. Now our ad set name, and I'm just going to call it what the audience is, retargeting Hamden 180 days, just so I know what it is in this ad set. Within this campaign, you can start to segment out the audiences and do that 7 to 10 day type stuff. But I'm just going to call it that. It's the best practice. Daily budget for retargeting. It's going to depend on your audience. Josh is going to have more people in this than most, in terms of traffic to his website. But you're good at $2-3 a day just to get the job done.
You can get tracked in for $1 a day, honestly.
Yeah. I'm gonna go 3, Josh, because I know you've got some people in here.
In a campaign like this, when you're trying something like this, the other thing that you might do is set a lifetime budget.
Yeah.
So that you don't forget about it, let's say. And when I do lifetime budgets as a test, just a little hack here, it's like such a simple thing. I will either I'll put a note on my calendar, or I will literally say, "Hey Siri, remind me to check retargeting ad next Tuesday morning at 8 a.m. And that way I don't forget about it. And actually, Siri set it up for me. But the setting the lifetime is a fail safe to make sure that you only would spend that amount. If you do a daily, I would recommend that you at least, give it some time, but then check back in. You don't want to just forget about it forever.
And I would argue you should spend at least $2 or $3 a day on retargeting every day for the rest of your business life. So you should still check in on it and see how the ad's performing, but just swap out the ads and let it keep running. So either way.
Yep.
But yeah, man, if you're setting a $50 a day budget, we've both been there, and then you kind of forget. I usually do it with other people's money, so it's all right. But
there you go.
All right. Daily budget, $2. I'll go 3 for you. And one way to gauge and adjust this, I guess, would be to see if it's spending at all, right, Josh? We would know that we need to go higher.
Right. Yeah.
You want me to go higher for you because we want to see the result?
Let's go $5 a day. And I already set my reminder to check in on Tuesday morning. So I'll just leave it there. We'll go $5 a day. That gets us, $35 in spend.
Yep.
you know, we should be able to have some sort of, you know, feedback or yeah.
And you can mostly ignore half of what Facebook and Google say over here in the right column, by the way, because they're just trying to, it's in their best interests. Sometimes it's useful. But I got rid of that box. But the custom audience, this is where we set our targeting. It says custom audience. And then we're going to click and search custom audiences. It should be the one you just created. It should be at the top. If you're like Josh and you have 100 of them, it could get hairy.
Might have there is a search bar in there, I think. If you remember,
there is.
You called it, you know, then you can type that in. But you're probably not going to have as many as I do.
Yep. So we've got the website visitors set. We're not going to do anything else here. I mean, we could filter out and say, hey, show it to the whole world, I guess. But most of your traffic's going to be US based anyway. You're not worried about that. So United States, leave it all the same. Don't mess with anything. What have you been doing with placements, Josh?
Well, so for something like this, I don't care so much when it's a video, right? When it's more like a display or brand awareness.
Yeah.
But when it's a response, as this is, it seems like you can get some junk clicks from certain places. So I would probably go with the news feeds.
Yeah. So I went manual placements. Why does the Instagram have a line through it? I just checked that again. So Facebook and Instagram, right?
Yep.
I generally don't worry too much about these other options when I'm doing this, but you might pull the articles off or something. But I think we're good, right?
Well, I mean, I don't know. The article.
You want me to get rid of everything except for the feeds?
Let's do just the feeds. Let's do just the feeds. If we're doing for this specific use case, I think it makes sense. If you're driving a click and you're trying to get a long form submission, you know, I think it makes sense to have it be that specifically.
So manual placements, Facebook, Instagram, and then just hit the feeds here. Make sure it's the only thing checked. Optimize for, we can do landing page views or link clicks. I like the landing page views because I can count them like it's actual somebody visiting my site, but I don't know what the difference is, to be honest.
The landing page views I think makes sense. I don't know how a landing page views means that, at least I understand it, that the page actually loaded.
Yeah. Josh, we need to get your pixel on this particular URL. I didn't think
yeah.
But we will do that. If you don't have a pixel on that URL, you might go for the link clicks. But we'll get that pixel on. Mike, I can't Voxer you, but just so I don't forget, like, can you just grab that if you're sitting in there and send the pixel to me so I don't forget? I'm not cool like Josh. All right. And then next here, so we've got our action continued. And what I just said, guys, is the pixel needs to be on the page that you're sending traffic to. All right. Ad name is start the mortgage process. And what was the page? It was your Nexa.
Josh Shanley, NMLS.
Gosh. There it is. It is available, and your EXP is too for me, so that's good. And then it did have an Instagram account linked already. That's nice. And then our creatives. Now, we were going to use that same image, weren't we, from Canva?
I think that makes sense. That's what I used in my social post that I was doing as you were working.
Yep. I wonder if they're going to give us problems. Is Facebook still being a stickler about the click here button, like not being actually clickable?
That I have no idea.
I'm just going to pop it off real quick. Sometimes they don't like, or they used to not like, when you had things that in the like ad image that didn't actually work.
Right.
Like if you click the ad, something.
Yeah. I could see that being a problem.
And then maybe I'll just add go on a little Canva tangent here real quick. Get an arrow.
Well, while you're doing that, David asked Ryan, what objective do I run for video view ads? There's no there's lots. You could do brand awareness, reach, or video view. And I think it depends on the audience. And, you know, some people will tell you should do all three. You should run $1 for reach, $1 for brand awareness, and $1 for video views. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would probably go reach, because if the point of the video is that the people see you, the reach objective will show it to as many people in that audience as possible. So I think that probably makes the most sense.
All right. Now let's do that. Keep it ugly.
Ernest emphasizes, yes, that was a good idea to remove the click here.
Cool. Thanks. So I'm just going to download this from Canva real quick, just so I have it. And then, you know, you don't have to get bogged down in the creative. You could just make a simple image or a picture, you know, look for a mortgage, because you never really know what's going to work. There it is, loading up on my computer. But we'll just go ahead and upload the video. For a while, Josh, I was using Facebook's built-in create video thing, but it got really buggy. I don't know if you experienced that as well.
Yes. Yes.
Again, like something was working great, generating us great results and making me want to spend more money with Facebook, and they broke it.
Kicked it out of there. David, I don't have the choice of video views. I would just go reach then. I think it's layered under a different objective now. I think if you do engagement, then there's video views as one of the options for engagement.
And Josh, honestly, probably the best content here would be a video view. I mean, for everybody watching it, whenever you can do that.
Totally.
Yeah. But we'll just do, getting pre, I'm going to go more specific, getting a mortgage pre-approval letter. And this is going to echo the language we used yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the first, I'm using my camel case here, first crucial step toward buying your next investment property. Click below to start the mortgage process today. Good enough? Simple?
Works for me.
Can you do that? Okay. And then I'm just going to put the headline just to start the mortgage.
For those wondering, why did you go towards buying your next investment property?
Oh, wait. Oh. Buying your next, it's just a slip. Buying your next home or investment property.
There you go.
I forgot the home. Just so that if they're not actually buying a house to live in.
Yeah, no. I listen. I was playing devil's advocate and
yeah. Now, yeah, if you knew you were retargeting an audience of people who had opted in for a list of investment properties, then that might be the language, right?
Right. So hold on. That idea in and of itself is $1 million idea. If your niche, following our real estate niche operating systems, is investment properties or working with investors, and your top of funnel or beginning of pipeline offer is a list of investment properties, or let's say multi-unit properties, a perfect retargeting ad for all of the people that click on that is 3 creative investor friendly financing options to purchase your first or next multifamily property, right? The more congruent you can make that, the higher your ROI and the better your engagement and so forth. So this is more of a catch-all, right? But like if you really want to own this idea of niche operating systems, making that all as congruent as possible is where the money's at.
I'm sprucing this up a little bit with this great tool you showed me. I forget what it's even called. Joy Pixels, this Chrome extension.
From Emojipedia.
Yeah. And Josh, I put a little bit just to, I don't know if it'll help at all, but great programs available for first-time buyers and business owners. Maybe I put that down here in the description.
Sure. Or both, even. I mean,
just to make it more spicy.
Yeah.
We always got to think, guys, what's in it for them? So if I'm reading this ad, sure, it's just another get a mortgage ad from this guy Josh who's been spamming me, right?
Yeah. Yep.
But then I see great programs available for first-time buyers. Oh wait, I'm a self-employed business owner. What is it, right?
And so, if we want to make it more specific, we could say special financing programs and down payment assistance available, or special financing and down payment assistance programs available for first-time buyers and self-employed business owners. I don't know.
Yeah. So special down payment assistance and bank. Yeah, and low doc. Let's just say low doc, which is like a generic, right? It sounds interesting. Okay. And then our destination URL, that's going to be the start the mortgage process page, which currently you have available under our.
Easy shortcut for you is joshvips.com/start. That'll redirect to if we're going to use the full.
But we can't redirect, can we? Oh, you mean just so I can get the link?
So you can put that URL in the text description.
Oh.
And then put the actual URL where it's the box, the website box that you have to fill out. You're allowed to use. Yeah. They'll let you use, at least I think. I mean.
Okay. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
A vanity URL. You want to use the source URL where it says website URL. Oh, I don't even mean display link. I meant actually putting it
in the description.
The display link, I think, is fine to be Propertunity Knox. I think that's fun, and I think that works. But what you could also do is put the Rebrandly link in the text above the video as another way that someone could click over.
Got it. This is interesting. Facebook started doing call extensions. Can you do events too?
I don't even know how that functions. Or
yeah, should I leave it off?
I guess I don't want to. Let's not confuse. That might be a different test that we have to try. I don't know.
I just made a massive mistake. Oh, good, it came back. I accidentally clicked the.
Oh, you thought you were gonna have to start over?
Yeah, but I didn't. You can see here it's giving us the warning that the pixel isn't tracking landing page views. As soon as I publish this, we'll get that pixel on there and we'll be fine. I just gotta get on that page. And it kind of brings up a point I didn't consider about our pages. If you're going to do this specific example and you need a pixel, there's probably some way we can accommodate that.
We'll have to figure out what tool to use.
Yeah, or, our pages that we're building here are there. You can use them, but when you get more sophisticated, you're going to want to kind of build these yourself, right? Using some form generator or something. But let me know if you need help with that. Okay. All right. So I'm just reviewing Josh to make sure I don't have any typos. I think we're pretty good, right?
Sure.
Why does it say start the mortgage process, Propertunity in the description? Okay, it's good enough. So we'll hit publish.
Oh, the description down there. That is when you put the website in, it populates that, but you can go and change it. For those that are wondering, the display, not the display.
Is it the display link or is it the actual description?
No, it's the go up. The headline. You can overwrite that. You had a headline in there, but it overrode it when you put in the website URL.
Let's give it another option. Pay mortgage approval letter. Facebook will automatically rotate these.
Yep.
All right, I think we're pretty good.
Okay, now let me say this: we got way in the weeds here.
Yeah.
If you like this kind of stuff on the show, we can do more of it. We're not going to do it every day, but we can do more of it. Let us know, yay, nay, good, bad.
Yeah.
And this kind of stuff is the kind of stuff we are ready, willing, and able to do with and for our co-marketing partners. Now, if you want to chat about that and explore that, I'd be happy to chat at josh15.com. And in fact, if you have at least 1,000 dead leads in your database, I will even get on a call with you and do the work to revive or resurrect some of those leads and turn them into deals that we can work together